Welcome to Here for the Gear. We're going to be looking at a wide variety of 5.1 surround sound systems here. Some that might just be perfect for a small room or an apartment, and some that are so powerful if you're not careful you could have the authorities called on you for noise code violations. Make sure you click like and subscribe to my channel, by the way, and now let's get to the fun stuff. Number 10 is the Yamaha NS-SP1800 set. This set is a nice set of speakers without spending a large amount of money. The speakers are rated at 30 watts continuous and peak at 100 watts each, so not enormous, but not bad for a starter set. Each speaker has two sets of mounting screw holes on the back for 1/4-inch screws, so they can be wall mounted vertically or horizontally, either way. The wires simply clip in using spring-style thumb clips. It comes with wires. I would have preferred slightly heavier gauge, but it did the job fine. The 8-inch subwoofer was okay. It's rated at 50 watts with a peak of 100 watts, so it matches the speakers just fine. As a complement to the speaker system, it did pretty well. I was really surprised with how good it did. The system again would be great for smaller rooms or for an apartment. It worked just fine. At number 9 is the Energy 5.1 Take Classic. All four of the satellite speakers, as well as the center channel, have beautiful 3-inch poly-titanium woofers and a 3/4-inch aluminum dome tweeter. The dome design shape helps to disperse the sound pattern, by the way. The four satellite speakers have rear-facing vents and brackets in case you want to mount them to the wall. The center channel back is similar. However, on the front is where the ports are located. You notice it has two, which is nice for quicker reaction and more airflow when needed. And you also see they have screw-down style brass speaker connections. This is usually typical on higher-end speakers. Or if you want to remove the colored inserts, you can use the good old banana-style plugs. The subwoofer for this set is a 200-watt 8-inch downfiring unit with its port located on the front. A really nice set for the price, no doubt. And again, I can't go over again on how beautiful this set is with that polish. Number 8 on the list goes to a small, interesting concept kit. The Orb Audio Mini 5.1 home theater system. The flexibility of this system is awesome as far as the ability to mount the speakers. Another interesting concept about the setup is the fact that it's modular, so you can purchase another pair of orbs, as the speakers are called, and double your speakers. These speakers are almost like art with their metallic sphere shapes, and then when you look at the bronze, copper, brushed steel, and earth colors that are available, they really can look beautiful. Keep in mind these are the minis. They are only 4 1/4 inches all the way around. They sounded really sharp and clear, impressive for their speaker sizes. The set also includes the Orb Audio Mini subwoofer. This was a nice little 6-inch subwoofer with the ability to go wireless. Not really a bad set at all. At number 7 is the Pro Cinema 600 5.1 system from Definitive Technology. DefTech has had some really sweet gear for a long time, and although these are not on the larger scale physically, they can put out some pretty good size sound. The 4 matching speakers used for the front and backs are rated at 150 watts and feature a 3 1/4-inch driver on the fronts and vents on the top. It also features a 1-inch aluminum dome tweeter being made from aluminum. It has less flexibility, so it will have quicker reaction time and more punch. The center channel is rated slightly higher at 175 watts. However, it features dual 3 1/4-inch drivers. These are both front-facing, so the vents are located on the sides. It also has the 1-inch aluminum dome tweeter as well. I like the fact that connections on the back of the speakers could accommodate normal wire, spade clips, or banana clips. The system sounded really outstanding unless you really started to crank it to the max it's rated at, and like all systems, it would eventually start to distort a little bit. The subwoofer the system comes with is an 8-inch downfiring rated unit at 250 watts. Really a great all-around system. Number 6 on the list is one of the last of the smaller sets of speakers, but don't knock them till you hear them. It's the Klipsch Reference 5.1 Theater Pack, and for the size, what a sound. This speaker set was just recently redesigned as of mid-2018 along with some of the other Klipsch Reference speakers. These speakers have the unmistakable Klipsch copper woofer cones, which are 3 1/2 inch. The satellites are rated at 50 watts continuous and an impressive 200 watts peak. The center has 2 of these cones and is rated at 75 watts continuous and 300 watts peak. Wow! All these speakers have 3/4-inch aluminum tweeters. The set comes with an 8-inch downfiring woofer, which as you can see from the picture, the port is also downfiring. With all the power from the speakers, it would have been nice if they could have maybe given us a front-ported woofer with a 10-inch driver. Oh well, can't have everything. They did give us the ability to go wireless. Still, this setup is really beautiful. Almost not sure if I wanted to leave the magnetic grills on or off the speakers to show those beautiful Klipsch cones. At number 5, we're going to cut the cord and go with a totally wireless Sonos system. I look at this system as an investment because you can move the components easily if you ever wanted to break it up and use the pieces in other parts of your house for other things. Let's start with the front Sonos Play Bar. This piece acts as your front 3 channels, your center, front left, and front right. It has 9 amplified speakers, which means 3 for each channel. Then you have your wireless Sonos subwoofer. Once the Play Bar has been set up in the Sonos app, the subwoofer can be synced to that. It features dual-facing cones to help eliminate vibrations and sounds amazing for its size and shape. The last thing you want to do is link the 2 Play 3 speakers to act as your back. These little babies have minds of their own, literally, with Alexa built in. You can adjust the distance in the app for these things. Again, it isn't as precise as an actual receiver with a microphone, but what is cool about this setup is, say, for example, one day you wanted to upgrade to a setup like that, you could move these speakers to your bedroom, and they would be set up like a normal Sonos Zone. So again, it's a great investment, and this system sounds excellent. Number 4 on the list, we have the JBL 290 5.1 system. One thing that makes this a unique system on the list is the fact that its towers are the only ones that are 3-way speakers. That means it has 2 matching low woofers, the mid and the tweeters, whereas most just have mids and tweeters. This gives the speakers an advantage because they can go as low as 38 Hz with those 2 8-inch drivers. With that in mind, the speakers are able to be bi-wired, so if you have enough channels on your receiver, you can run those 2 sets with the lows off one output and then the mid and high off another. It can make for some impressive results. The center channel features dual 6.5-inch woofers and a 1-inch tweeter. The surround sound speakers also feature a 6.5-inch woofer and a 1-inch tweeter. I was happy about the connection on all the speakers. They have the screw-down style connection, or if you have terminal ends with banana plugs, you could use those as well. The subwoofer for the kit includes the Sub 260p. At 12 inches and 600 watts peak, it will really put some thunder into the room. Keep in mind, the towers themselves have 8-inch woofers that can go down to near subwoofer frequencies. It's just that the subwoofer has the dedicated amp to give itself more power. You will have some radical bass and some good punch with this system. Action movies and music from the 70s have never sounded so good. Alright, so now we're down to the top 3, and number 3 on the list is the KEF T305 home theater system. If you're looking for a system with an outstanding sound and a unique look, this has them both. First thing you'll notice is the speakers are virtually flat. That's right, they're only 1¼ inches thick, which would make them perfect for wall mounting next to your ultra-thin TV. The towers for this kit are the T301s and feature dual 4.5-inch woofers and a 1-inch tweeter. The center channel is virtually a third T301 called the 301C turned onto its side. These are rated up to 150 watts each, so you can push a nice amount of sound through them. The satellites are identical to the front towers, so you're going to have matching sound all the way around. The T2 subwoofer that is included with the kit features a 10-inch driver and packs a pretty nice punch at 250 watts. This system can really look classy because of its artistic, almost flat shape, but when you really want to bring down the chandelier, you can do that as well. And a number 2 on the list is the Klipsch RP280 Reference Premier Set. This set is a truly beautiful set to look at with the grills on or off. This set includes a pair of the RP280F floor standing towers, which feature dual 8-inch ceramic cone woofers, as well as the signature traction horn 1-inch titanium tweeter. Another thing you'll notice about the front of these speakers, which their grills off, is there's no visible hardware, screws, rivets of any kind to interfere with sound output. They also feature dual posts in the back in case you want to bi-amp these speakers as well. As for power, they are rated at a continuous 150 watts and peak at 600. The center channel for this kit is the RP450C. This Hummer has 4 5.25-inch woofers as well as the same tweeter as the towers. With 4 woofers, that rates this also at 150 watts. Heck, it actually weighed more than several mid-range receivers at 35 pounds. The satellite speakers are the RP160Ms, M as in monitors, because they could double as actual studio monitors with their quality. They have the same 1-inch titanium tweeters as well as 6.5-inch woofers as well as the port in the back to allow airflow for venting, the same as the other speakers in the set. What was clever with this setup is, if you've kept track of the numbers, the towers have 8-inch woofers, the satellites have 6.5-inch woofers, and the center has 5¼ inch woofers. This is actually a good strategy because although they can all produce sound within the same frequency range, you aren't going to miss a certain one because you don't have speakers that won't hit it right because of its cone size limitation. Speaking of cone size, let's get to the big dog. This kit also includes the R115 subwoofer with a massive 15-inch cone and a nasty, in a good way, 800 watts. This will for sure shake the room during the takeoff sequence of the Saturn V. And the number one pick on our list is going to be a system that is truly unique and has some sweet traits. Definitive Technologies, or DefTech as some people refer to them, has put a lot of time and research and innovation into this gear, so let's get into it. First, let's start with these towers, the BP9040s. These speakers feature a single 1-inch aluminum dome tweeter and then dual 4.5-inch woofers. The kicker to this tower is it also features an 8-inch powered subwoofer and dual 8-inch radiators. This allows for airflow for that sub. So with this system, you have 2 front speakers with subwoofers built into the towers. On top of that, literally, you can remove the plate and you can attach the DefTech Atmos module to these speakers to give you projected sound height. Now onto that center channel, the CS9040, it features dual 4.5-inch woofers as well as the single 1-inch aluminum dome tweeter. It also has an 8-inch base radiator built on top of it since the speaker isn't ported, similar to the towers. Now onto the surrounds. These are the SR9040s, which have dual, that's right, 2 of the 1-inch tweeters as well as 2 3.5-inch woofers. Looking down on these, they are shaped like a triangle from the top, so you're getting a speaker on each side. This would be great if you're putting these in a far back corner for room filling, or even directly behind you for a wall of sound. They can be hung or put on stands. Either way, they will sound truly amazing. Now onto the subwoofer for this package, the DefTech SuperCube 4000. It's an 8-inch powered sub pumping out a peak of 1200 watts. It actually has 3 cones, the actual 8-inch power driver, and then dual 8-inch radiators. It has a remote control all of its own for adjusting its volume level independently. Weighing in at 43 pounds, this thing will really shake the room. And keep in mind, you still have the subs from those towers as well. What a system. This thing really rocks. Well, there you have it, my top 10 systems that I've narrowed it down to. I know there are countless combinations and configurations out there and dozens of manufacturers, some that weren't listed on here, as well as exotic and off-the-wall expensive brands, but I tried to keep these price points semi-realistic also. Sorry, Macintosh, your gear is beautiful, but I don't have $250,000 to lay for these things. Please let me know what you think and subscribe to my channel so you can see upcoming videos and reviews. Thanks a lot!